dim these a bit for sound. Printer's plugged in. Are you still using the printer?
Yeah. Why, you need it?
Are you going to use it while I'm streaming?
No.
Okay, now, can I plug it real quick?
Yeah. You can put Clifford in your picture.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll come up. He needs to come up here.
I know, you should introduce him. Everyone will be like, oh my gosh, he's so cute.
I know, look at him. I'm surprised that of all the things he's not comfortable on, he's just sitting on that chair.
I know. As long as he can watch Claire from birthday.
What's up, buddy? Yeah. Alright, pull the stream up here, and then we'll get started. There we go. I always feel kind of out of it when I start doing these. I don't know why. That's just how I am. You know, long week, long day, great time to kick back, relax, and talk about some of the great things that have happened this week, as well as give those of you guys out there who need some advice, the advice you're asking for. So, we're going to get started, but based on what I'm seeing, it looks like we only got a couple of people in here, so I'm gonna let the people come in. I'm so sorry about these past couple of weeks. I haven't been promoting as hard as I usually do. I've just been so busy. It's been so busy the past few days with leaf cleanup, school, right? Finals are coming up, so that'll be done. But it's just been a really, really busy couple of weeks here. Oh, and Christmas lights. My Christmas lights aren't up yet, in case you guys are wondering. There's nothing Christmassy up in the house yet. I know I'm behind, but I got some great surprises coming for you guys in the next couple of days here. So tune in to all social media platforms, everything, all of that stuff will be coming up. Here, let me get the lighting right. So it's still a little too bright in here for me. I like it to be a little darker. I'm the same in the mornings. I don't know. Any of you guys like that? Like whenever you start doing a show, you just kind of like the lighting to be a little darker. That's me. Like I like the zen nature of the lighting, so I try to dim it down. Crane just make basketball. They're not here tonight, man. They're out doing their thing. Hopefully they'll be here next week, though. Stay tuned. So let me refresh that. 8 watching. We got 8 watching now. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a jerk to just get into it without all the people that are here. I'm surprised we got such a short crowd tonight. Trying to romance me, dimming the lights and all. I don't know, maybe. I'm just trying to kick back after a exhausting week. Red dot, Christmas lights all over my grass, dude. If you really do that, I think that's going to be awesome. It's that extra appeal that just makes you stand apart, and I love seeing stuff like that. It's getting hot down here. I take my sweatshirt off. Your grass is still green. Gary Herrera, far from it. My grass is already semi-dormant, and I think it's only going to go downhill from there because of the fact that the temperatures, based on where they're at right now, they're in the 40s, 50s, which is pretty good, pretty mild for the late fall. But based on what I've been seeing in the weather radar, the temperatures are going to be going back down into the 20s this week, which is not going to be fun for me because I'm going to be putting Christmas lights on my roof. That's right, you heard it. I haven't put my Christmas lights up. I'm going to be putting them up this week, actually. So I get my lights Monday, then I start on Tuesday. Hopefully, going to finish it all on Wednesday because we got some stuff in store for you guys. Stay tuned for that. But a lot of work to be done, a lot of work to be documented. You're going to be seeing a ton of that, and I couldn't be any more excited. Probably not so much about the 20-degree weather, but you know what? I'm gonna power through it, and I'm gonna show you guys a Sullivan Christmas. So stay tuned for that. I know I say that too much, but that's what happens. Okay. refresh the feed one more time, and then let's see where we're at. 15 people, that's not bad. I think we need to get a little more. By the way, I'm going to ask you guys for a favor. I know I've been a little off with the promotions lately, putting the show out there. So if you know anybody in the lawn care community, like personally, maybe you have a contact on your phone, please tell them to tune into the show. I'd be more than happy to have them, especially if they have any questions in regard to lawn care. So all of you guys out there right now, tell your buddies, get them in here. Let's have some good discussions. Because I'm all about that. Let's do this, man. All I know is John Perry. Aiden, it's all good. Us lawn kids, we don't have a whole lot of friends. We don't have a whole lot of friends in the industry. Okay. So, enough stalling. Let's get into it. What's going on, guys? I'm Jake the Lawn Kid. Welcome back to another episode of Lawnfires, where the fires are hot, the lawns are green, and the questions are engaging. Thank you all for coming back for yet another episode. Now, before I get into the actual show here, because I'm aware that I'm actually seeing some new faces in here tonight, I want to go ahead and give you guys a rundown on how this show runs. So basically what it is, it's a weekly fireside live chat that I do fireside every Friday night, 6 to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I sit back and I answer all of your most frequently asked lawn care questions live in real time as they come in. Now, for those of you guys who are new to this format or new to YouTube in general, let me just go ahead and walk you through real quick how that works. So what you do is you come below the video, you're going to see a couple of different tabs. I don't know how this is coming out, probably not going to be all that good, but you're going to see a couple of tabs. Click the one that looks like a messenger icon. It looks kind of like a cloud. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Click the live chat icon, and that's going to take you to a scroll bar right here. Here, let me get a little closer, just to show you. So it'll take you into that scroll bar, and then from there you could type in the search bar right there. Not some search bar. You could type in the chat bar down there. Type whatever you want. Say hello, Merry Christmas, whatever you want to say. And I will gladly answer any of your questions if you have them. That is how you get your questions in. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into the meat of this show, and that is you guys, because like I've talked about before, it's a fireside chat that's driven by the community, right? Driven by the community members that come in here to support me. So with all that being said, let's get into the questions. So real quick, I want to go ahead and greet some of my new people in here, like Lee Bold Boys. I don't know, your name sounds familiar, but I don't think I've seen you here before. So either way, welcome to the show, man. I'm glad to have you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I'm happy to help. Steve, how you doing, brother? He's an old favorite here in the chat section. Super Big Head 100, how you doing? It is a great time for beer. Sadly, I can't have one because I'm under 21, but we'll get there soon. Crandus McBasketball, yes, I am trying to romance you. I guess you could say that. I don't know. I like the darker environment. It's a nice way to kick back, right? Especially since we're in the evening now, and I like to get in the habit of going to bed early. I like to dim all the lights so I get tired. So that's part of what I do. Let's see what we got here. It's Friday, they're drinking. That's right, man. Just goofing, kid. Is your grass still green? Gary Herrera, like I said, unfortunately no, but my buddy Aiden, who claims to have the greenest lawn for this time of the year, hasn't been showing me any pictures. So I don't know if I can believe him, but Aiden, I want to see some pictures of that lawn right now. Based on what you're telling me, it's still green. It's still double dark. Shane Mitchell. My ground is frozen here in New Jersey. Can I throw Milorganite down? Yes, you can. Go ahead and put it down. It's only going to help. Like I've been preaching the last couple of weeks with winterizers. I know I tell you guys that I specifically recommend something that's fast release or synthetic, as it doesn't have to rely on biological processes within the plant, like which are activated by heat in order for it to break down and start working. But if you do happen to have any nitrogen, no matter what the source is, get it down on these warm days, because chances are it's going to get down in the soil and it's going to start doing its job overwintering. And then once we get into the spring, those nutrients are going to be utilized. So take advantage of that ever so lightly. Now, it probably doesn't sound right, but ever so lightly, that's probably contradictory. Just put down as much as you want. You put down, just don't exceed a full pound of nitrogen, you'll be fine. See that green grass? Yeah, I should watch your stories. Sorry, I'm just too busy. Real old dad, what's going on, brother? Another regular here. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm looking forward to seeing you at Lawncology. Hopefully you'll be there, Mike. By the way, for those of you guys who don't know, Mike actually pointed out my fireplace a couple of weeks ago on my channel. He's like, the wood paneling on the fireplace, is that in code? Yes, Mike, it's in code. I promise you, it's in code. Oh, you're not going to be there? That sucks. Well, you'll be there in spirit. I'll be sure to say hi. I put down a 512 here in Texas. Super big head. It's a great way to go. Like I said, all that matters is that you're getting the nitrogen right now. You're stocking the lawn up for next season. Oh, that's... Sorry to hear that, man. Well, after this, when you talk to your wife, tell her that Jake the Lawn Kid says that he hopes she gets well. Although I never met your wife. Tell her that Jake the Lawn Kid said get well soon. What's up, Mike Daddy? Aiden with the nicknames. I'll tell you what, if you talk to Aiden on Discord, you know that him and I get crazy with the nicknames. Can any regular lawn care guy go to GIE, or do you have to be a pro? Gary Herrera, it's pretty simple. Just go to GIE's website, tell them what you are. You can literally say you're a pro even if you're not. You get a badge and you can go in. There's not much to it. Just go to GIEexpo.com and then you'll get more information on that. But yeah, it's for everybody. Right? It's basically a place where anybody in the industry, whether they're a professional or not, can go look at it. It's not exclusive to just the pros. Here, let me get that water out of there. There we go. Let me add to the fire while I'm waiting on some discussion to come in here. Ooh, that's not a good one. Yeah, we'll start small. And we'll just build up as we go. Because that's what we do here. So, I know the chat's a little quiet, but how was everybody's week this week? Especially all my lawn kids out there. I don't know if any of you guys are in here tonight, but I just want to let you guys know that I 100% appreciate you guys, and I'm so proud of all you chargers out there. What's been going on in your week to week? What's been going on in your week to weeks, guys? Any leaf cleanups out there? Anything going on? I want to hear about that. Jake, you playing with peptides yet? Real old dad, I'm going to be honest with you. That's way beyond my head. I don't even know what a peptide is. But I would like to start messing with it because it's more experimentation that I could do on the channel. But in the meantime, I've not started messing with it, nor do I even know what it is, let alone messing with it. So, there you go. Jake, what do you do for fun besides dealing with cutting lawns? That's a good question. I really don't do a whole lot. I'm always working. I mean, I know that sounds crazy. Like, some of you are like, get out of here. There's no way Jake works all the time. Well, to be honest with you, that's pretty much all I do. I'm always working. Like right now, I don't really do much for leisure in the winter. I mean, I'll go hang out with friends every once in a while. We'll go to the movies and stuff like that. But that's like once in a blue moon we'll do it when my schedule permits. But mostly what I'm doing right now in the winter as the season ramps down and we're coming into the end is I'm focusing a lot on Christmas lights. That's like a big thing for me right now. I push that a lot on the channel this time of the year. Now I, as a matter of fact, have to get my own Christmas lights up And I haven't done that yet. Usually I'm on top of it, but I just haven't done it yet because I have, let's just say that I have a big upgrade coming very soon. And you're going to have to stay tuned to see it. Stay tuned. It's popping. I love it. That's right, Aiden. See, Aiden knows. Honestly, Aiden, what do we do for fun? We work for fun. Not a lot of people get to say that. But I'm very fortunate that I get to be one of the few that does. I made my lawn cut made my last cut 4 days ago, blew all the leaves on my 25-acre lot and ran the mower over it today, just waiting to February to apply my spring fertilizer with the Hybrix fertilizer. That's awesome, Gary. As a matter of fact, it's funny that you say that. I've been doing the same things with my leaf cleanups. I really, because one of the things with me is I'm a simple business right now. I'm not legitimate. I don't have an LLC yet, but we're getting there. We will. I have tons of plans for the business, but that stuff will be coming up later next year in 2020. But in the meantime, I like to keep things as simple as possible. If I don't have to bring overhead into the equation, I'm not going to, which for me, that's pretty much all the time. So a lot of my customer lawns that I've been doing, especially the ones that have a lot of leaves, if I can get away with doing it, I will actually go over it with my John Deere, my L120 automatic, and then what I'll do is I'll just go over the leaves. I'll go over the lawn like maybe 4 or 5 times until I completely mulch them down into a dust-like substance. Because as I talked about before in my previous video, which was a week and a half ago, I'll talk about that in a minute. Leaves in the lawn, it's a good idea to take advantage of mulching them in while you can, because there's good nutrient value to be had there in the following season. So make sure that you're mulching all of your leaves back into the lawn. I don't have my business yet. I will next year. Otherwise, I've been doing school and researching for starting my business. Leboy Boys. I'm sorry I pronounced your name wrong. Lebold Boys. I wish you the best of luck, my friend. Go kill it, man. Just go kill it. Go get them. Any tips for starting, Jake? Yeah, just get the word out there, right? Word of mouth, flyers, hand them out in the area, get on the neighborhood Facebook group. It doesn't matter. Just pick one that works for you. One of those 3, all 3 of them synergistically. The point is you just need to get the word out there. That's all you got to do. Don't overthink it. It's as simple as that. I edit and play basketball for fun. Man, Aiden, you know what? You and I are going to have to get out and play some one-on-one. Do a little vlog. When I come out to Maryland, we'll play basketball together. What else went on this week? Well, I'm waiting for some commenters to come in. Refresh the feed. It's an awfully slow night tonight. Well, it's my fault for not saying anything. I've just been so busy. It's kind of quiet. Oh. Ooh, this is a great question, Liebold, if that's how I pronounce your name. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing it right. I'm not good with pronouncing names. But eventually, as we do the show, I'll get there. This is a great question. Do you think I could make more money hiring someone to help me or starting by myself? Okay. So, Liebold, there are a couple of things to think about here. Now, real quick, before I get into that, I don't think hiring somebody when you start your business is a good idea. I think it's better to just go out there and do it yourself. Because what I want you to realize is when comes employees, comes overhead, right? And that's money that you have to pay out of your pocket to them, especially as a beginner. And you don't want to be doing that, right? You want to stock up with as much clientele as you can in the beginning and do all of that by yourself and collect all the profit. Right? And then once you get to a point where you're not able to manage it, like maybe you get 30, 40, 50 lawns, I don't know, then that's where you could start thinking about getting help. But right now, probably not the best idea. So what I would do is I would just grind it out, right? Grow the business, get some attention out there, do it yourself, keep all the money, and save it, invest in better equipment so that you can tackle more jobs, you can take on more clientele, and then that's when you can start thinking about bringing in employees. But as of right now, just keep it simple, man, and do it yourself. That's my tip to you. Ooh, that wood is popping. I like that. I like that sound, man. That's so nice. Okay. For grass cutting, I agree with Jake, but with landscaping, I'd hire 100%. Aiden, that's a great thing. I never really thought about that because all I've done is cut grass for the past 5 years. I've never done any lucrative landscape jobs like rock or anything. Now that's Aiden. Aiden's done all of that. Well, I don't know about all of it, but I know he's definitely done mulch. He's done rock a couple of times, right, buddy? I've seen a couple of videos on the channel over there. Love that. Yeah, if you are doing landscaping, that is a good suggestion. I would not do that by myself. But if you're just mowing, keep it simple and do it yourself. Shane Mitchell, I know a guy that has his own lawn care business since 1984 and never had a single employee and is still going. He lived a comfortable lifestyle. Yeah, Shane Mitchell. As a matter of fact, when I was in Utah with John, we were actually talking about spray businesses because that's something that I'm considering implementing into my business. And he told me, a single guy can have a great business taking care of 20 lawns, right? You don't necessarily need the big clientele. You don't necessarily need all the employees, right? It's just an option that's there to get your company bigger, right? But you don't necessarily have to do it. You can be successful and have a very small amount of clients. Like for me, if that's having 20 and being manageable for one person, then that's great. As a matter of fact, that's what I want to start doing in 2020. I really need to do more of that. I want to start applying to a broader audience. So for those of you current watchers, I don't want you to fear. The DIY videos aren't going to stop. They're going to keep coming out. We're going to keep messing with project lawns here and there. But I also want to start implementing a little more of the business side, right? I want to start showing you guys what it's like for me, a young kid, to run his business solo, right? I want to show you guys that you guys can build a nice little mowing business, maybe a little spray business. We'll see where 2020 takes us, especially with the potential and the reach that the channel has now. We'll see what we can do in 2019, in 2020. I want to start just mowing and then doing landscaping. Yes, Lebo, that's a great way to start. You can get so many mowing accounts, and then when it gets to a point where maybe you say, hey, I want to do some landscaping, eventually you can either A, take on landscaping synergistically with the mowing, or B, you could just drop mowing completely and then maybe take on landscaping from some of those accounts and maybe do less jobs but make more profit from those jobs, right? That's a good way to go. If you look at it any way, shape, or form, it doesn't matter what you do, right? As long as you structure things out properly, you're going to make money. Like mowing, the biggest thing in there is route density, right? If you have a whole block of lawns for every location that you have to go to, the more lawns that you have closer to one another, that's going to make you good money. And then on top of that, landscaping, it's kind of different. Landscaping, route density is important too, being within range, like 5 mile radius and all that. That's very important. But it doesn't necessarily have to be that way because you're making a lot of money from the job, right? That's pretty much the best explanation I could give you. Either way, you're gonna win. Just keep charging, my friend. Jake, when I start a channel, can you watch it? Wait, Lebo, what do you mean when you start a channel? Can't you just start one right now? Just do it, man. Don't hesitate. Do it. Do it. Right? What does that guy from Nike say? What's his name? Damn. Just do it. Just do it, man. Don't overthink it. Don't let the dreams be dreams. Just do it. Man. Let me get another. What time is it? 25. We still got like 45 minutes. 35 minutes. little bigger. Slowly walking up the scale here. Yeah. Watch. Any second, that's gonna, because that wood is dry. But my channel will be called Lawn Scouts. Man, just start it. I think that'll be cool. Just do it. Yep, mulch, rock, tear outs, and sod I hire. Yeah, and what's cool about where Aiden's at is that he actually has networks with other lawn kids that are actually working on their own businesses, which I think is cool. And that's one advantage that a lot of kids like Aiden have over me, because Indiana is a big lawn state, right? There's a ton of like big baller lawn care companies out here, but I think the one thing that's missing are the kids, right? There's not really a whole lot of people in my demographic that have their own businesses, right? Everybody's more like, okay, I'm gonna go to work, put in my 9 to 5, and then I'm just gonna party all weekend. That's pretty much the mentality of all the kids I go to school with, which is fine. You know, they're being kids, they're having fun, but that's not my lifestyle. You know, I like to enjoy what I do. I don't like the idea of escaping from it. Now, I do like to get away every now and then, but I don't like to use that as a reason to get away from everything completely, right? And I think that's one thing that Gary Vaynerchuk, if any of you guys know who follow Gary V, but if you don't, you should. One thing he prefaces on a lot is the fact that people just do things that they flat out don't enjoy to impress other people, and that's what I think. That's what I think's wrong with our generation. You know, people need to stop impressing. They need to stop thinking about perception and start thinking about happiness, right? If you start thinking about, okay, not only am I good at this, but I love doing it, you're gonna win. And that's how I feel with what I do. Like, I'm really good at making videos. I know that for a fact. I've been doing it for so long now. I'm really good at making lawn care videos, and I just happen to love it. And I get some awesome side money from that. Let me tell you, that's just how it is when you work hard, right? You work hard towards something that you're passionate about. And it's the same thing in my business. I mean, there's just some days where I don't flat out don't want to go to work, because that's how it is. You know, with us teenagers, I'll be honest with you, I'm a little lazy sometimes. But then I just remind myself, like, hey, why am I doing this in the first place? And then I remember, oh yeah, that's why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because I truly enjoy it. And then just the rest works itself out. Man, we got a small crowd tonight. It's my fault. Because I'm gonna do what you do. I'm gonna bring a GoPro and show everyone what I do every day. Yeah, man, do it. Build a presence in the lawn care community. That's a great way to grow your business, and also potentially turn making videos into a business. My neighbors have their lawn scalped to the ground. Isn't that a bad idea? Shane Mitchell? If I'm going to be honest with you, it really doesn't matter right now. I mean, if you wanted to, you could scalp it to the ground. It probably won't hurt anything. At the end of the day, it's just grass, right? It's not going to hurt it, but it's not something I would typically recommend. That's not to say that you can't do it, because, you know, there's going to be some rebels out there. That's right, I'm talking to you, Connor Ward. There's going to be some rebels out there that are just going to scalp the crap out of the grass going into the winter, right? And that's just how it is. As a matter of fact, I probably wouldn't go that extreme with it, but I would consider maybe mowing 2-3 notches lower than normal to reduce the amount of layover that comes with snow cover, because when comes snow cover comes a lot of layover with longer grass, and when comes a lot of layover comes a lot of disease like snow mold, right? And that's not something that we want to deal with. So a great way to get rid of that is to mow the lawn shorter than normal going into winter, and then once we get our first snow, you don't have to think about mowing anymore. Now, little exception for that, if you do get a warm day in the 40s and the 50s where the soil is soft and malleable, get out there with the mower or the blower, whatever you want to do. Most of those leaves back in, blow them off. Just make sure that you're staying on top of the leaves. Next year when I start my business, I'll be 10, and my birthday I'll be 11. Dude, that's awesome. See, this is what I love about this community. We got young kids here who are aspiring to start their own businesses. That's awesome, dude. I wish you the best of luck. As a matter of fact, just DM me on Instagram. Come in the live shows. If you have any questions, I'm here to help you. And if I don't know the answer, which is very common with me, I have tons of buddies here that'll help you out. So, dude, if you need any help with anything, don't hesitate to ask. I'm here for you, bro. Leap Old Boys. What did I start with? This is a good one, too. So, what I started with was a simple setup. A push mower, an MTD brand. No, I didn't start with that, but I bought that later on. A Still FS81 string trimmer, probably one of the best, and an Echo handheld blower. That's it. That's what I started with. Very low budget setup. Now the trimmer, it was an older one. It was, if I had to guess, it's probably from like the 80s or the 90s. It used to belong to my grandfather before he passed, and then I inherited it. And then started using it in my business. So that's what I started with, and then as I got bigger, I decided I wanted to buy a lawn edger, so I bought the PAS 225 from Echo. Great unit, very versatile, good if you're starting out. Now, I will say though, once you get a little more further into the game and you get more clientele, like maybe 20 lawns a week, then you're maybe going to want to consider something a little bigger than that. Because while the PAS is a good trimmer, it's mostly made for a residential setting. Kind of like Toro Time Masters, right? They're good mowers, but they're made for a residential setting. So because of that, they may perform good now, right after you buy them. But in the long term, after putting so much wear and tear on them, more than they're used to, they're going to fail you eventually, right? And that's not me discouraging you to buy that, right? Buy those. Those are great starter pieces of equipment. But as you grow, as you get more clientele, then definitely start looking at maybe a higher end trimmer from the Echo line or the Still line or whatever brand you guys happen to favor. I'm not here to tell you to favor one brand over another. That's just how it is. So figure out what brand you like, stick with it, and then just keep advancing as you go on, right? And you'll know too. Like eventually, as you get more lawns and it starts putting more wear and tear on your equipment, then that's where you could sit back and be like, okay, I'm probably going to need to think about how I'm going to reinvest. I'm probably going to have to think about new pieces of equipment to put back into the business, right? So that's up to you once you get there. But in the meantime, great starter setup is a 21-inch push mower with a deep deck like we talk about. The Toro Recycler is good. Toro Super Recycler, awesome based on what I've heard. Now I've never used one in depth, but after using it a couple of times in the past, I stand by that mower. It's a good one. Honda HRX, that's another great one. You could find that one at Home Depot, you could find that at pretty much any Home Depot, really. Honda's pretty prevalent there. The HRX 217, dude, great starter mower. I'll tell you what, it's also a great mulching mower. So that's what I got. As far as equipment goes. Let's keep going. Ooh, look at that, 20 people. That's pretty odd, man. The numbers are going down. We used to have like 50 people on here in the summertime. Oh, 21 people are coming in. That's good. Oh. Would it be best to just walk the mower, trimmer, and blower? Or like I was thinking, is it better to make a trailer for my bike? Because I also have a lot of hills in a big neighborhood. Aiden, I'm going to need your help here. You're going to have to go back in time in the videos for a second. So, Leap Old Boy, I actually made a video 3 years ago showing people how I used to cart around my startup, my first mowing setup. Aiden, look up how to tow your lawn equipment without a truck or trailer. That video should come up. I made that like 3 years ago. Great video. I show you how to tow your equipment without a truck or a trailer if you're starting out. Go check that out. So Aiden, if you're in here, please do me that solid. Type in how to tow lawn equipment without truck or trailer. My video should come up, Jake the Lawn Kid, and then link that in the chat, brother. I'd appreciate it. But yeah, there's also other great suggestions out there. You could make a trailer for your bike and do all that, but I think if you have properties that are close to you, this is probably the simplest way to do it. Yes, Aiden, go ahead and do that, man. Absolutely. Do it. The more options I can provide to my beginners, the better. So Aiden, thank you for bringing that to my attention. Put that in the link, brother. So link both of those. So yeah, Lebo Boy, both of those videos will be linked below for you if you want to check those out. Great videos. So while he links that, I'm going to go play with the fire here a little bit, add a little more fuel to it, because that's what I'm going to do here. And then we'll take some more questions, go until 7 o'clock, and then that's going to do it. Let's turn that, let's rotate that a bit. Yeah. Here, we'll take a small wet one. Just put that right up there. That's going to burn slow, unfortunately, but better than nothing. Okay. Back. This is going quick. I know, man. Very quick. But that's what happens. Holidays, people are busy. Don't get discouraged. Do the man, Jake. Shane Mitchell, I will not. As a matter of fact, I got a ton of great content coming for you. Stay tuned, man. What kind of weed whacker do you recommend from Home Depot? Gas or electric? Red Dot. I've never used any electric weed whackers before that I stand by, but a couple of great gas ones that you get from Home Depot. Echo PAS 225, great starter trimmer, especially for all my DIY homeowner audience members out there. Great trimmer to start with. You also have the flexibility of changing out the trimmer head and putting on the edger attachment, which is a valuable asset for us, as well as the business owners out there, right? It's perfect for you guys as it's a compact trimmer. You don't have to carry 2 units. You just have to carry the 2 heads and change them and just interchange them back and forth throughout the day. Very efficient and saves a lot of space. It's old and bad. Oh yeah, by the way, Lebo Boy, both the videos, my video on how to cart the equipment as well as Aiden's video, they're linked in the chat. So if you want to go check those out anytime, they're down there for you. Feel free to check them out, bro. It's cool to be able to talk. Yeah, man, that's what this is about, man. I want to talk to you guys. I want to help you. And I want to talk to you guys in general. You know, we got a great community here. I think one thing that we need to see more of, though, is engagement, right? That's the idea of this show, is I want to engage with you guys more. I want to take feedback. I want to talk to you guys. We don't really get to do that much. So let's do it. Let's just talk. Man, I thought that was my package.
What?
I thought my package was here. Mm-hmm. Drink of water with it. Man, back to 15? Are you kidding me? There's no one in here tonight. That sucks. That's my fault too. Just subscribe, A's Lawn and Landscaping. Yes, man. Subscribe to him. He's the man. So is that Silveridge behind you? You mean Silverback? Yeah, Silverback's upstairs. Trying to think of other things to talk about while I'm on here, because my time is limited. So, what else do I got to talk about? What are you doing? What treatment should I do to my Kentucky bluegrass to break it out in the spring? That's a great question, Shane. So there are a couple of things you could do here. Assuming that you've been following everything I've been saying going into the winter, like putting heavy amounts of nitrogen on the lawn, like 3/4 pound, 1 pound, right? Or like the Greene County Next products, maybe even closer to that half-pound range or that 5/8 of a pound. Anyway, you get the idea, right? The idea is if you've been doing that, then you won't have to push the lawn as hard in the spring, especially because it's going to be responding to all that nitrogen that you gave it in the fall. So my number one advice to you, my number one piece of advice to you would be to just hit it with micronutrients, like the double dark application, right? 6 ounces of green effect, 9 ounces of microgreen. That's Aiden, if you could be so kind and link that, I'd really appreciate it. The double dark cocktail from Greene County Fertilizer, that's something that I actually came up with. A little mix with those guys. And what that's going to do is it's just going to give your lawn a dose of the micronutrients as well as it's also going to give you that iron, which the two products combined are very abundant in, which is going to give your lawn that nice double dark blue-green look that sets you apart from the competition. I'm thinking about overseeding my lawn in the fall. 2 seeds I'm looking to go with is GCI Tall Fescue or Jonathan Green Ultra. Any suggestions? Todd French. I could tell you from experience, if you're looking to go with GCI's Tall Fescue, I would definitely not think twice about it. It's a great product. I've used it on the Project Lawn Next Door, the LCN Lawn Revival, and as you've seen from that playlist, which is linked below in the description of this chat, you can see the lawn responded very well. The results are just beautiful. Wow. Awesome. So yeah, man, if I had the Jonathan Green Ultra, I don't really have any experience with that. I'm not 100% sure there, so I can't really recommend that to you. But definitely go to GCI's website, order some seed. You will not be sorry. It's a good product. Are you going to do a truck setup with the trailer this year? Shane Mitchell, I'm sure at some point I will. And with the editing skills that I've been working on lately, I think I'm going to implement some B-roll in there, some dope B-roll, so stay tuned for that. Jake, could I get a shout out in your next video? Lebo boys, I want to go ahead and give you a lesson here, especially to all of my aspiring creators out there. And I'm just going to be blunt with you on this. Don't ask for shout outs. I know that sounds a little blunt, but just hear me out here. As a beginning creator, you don't want to ask for shout-outs, right? Just put in the time, put in the effort, make content, make consistent content, make 1 video a week, 2 videos a week, every day, whatever you're going to do. Just stay consistent with it. Make sure that you use SEO to the best of its ability, which we can talk about if you want, right? Using proper keywords in search. To help people find your videos. Make sure you're making consistent content. Make sure you're making frequent amounts of content everywhere, and then people will find you, right? And another thing I want to tell you, don't worry about the numbers, right? This is something that I struggle with currently, and I'm working to improve it, right? Don't look at the numbers constantly. And I think that with YouTube's new feature of making the subscriber count show less and less accurate. Like now it just says 24K, 25K, not 24.1 like it used to. But what I think's nice about that is it disciplines you not to worry so much about the numbers, right? So basically what I'm saying is don't worry about the numbers. Don't check the numbers daily. Because all it's going to do is it's going to drive you away from your passion here. Whereas what I would recommend you do, and I'm actually working on doing this myself, is just make content for a couple of months and see how it performs, right? Then you can look at your numbers, right? See what's performing well, see what's not performing well, and then you can adjust your content creating ability accordingly, and you should be set. That's my best advice to you. So whatever you do not ask for shoutouts. JTLK 2019. So no shout-outs. Just work. Work. Hope that was helpful. Numbers don't matter. That's right, Aiden. See? Aiden knows. Aiden knows it. And his channel is doing very well. By the way, real quick, let me just go ahead and talk about Aiden real quick. So Aiden and I, let me tell this story. So Aiden and I, oh no, Lee Bowles boys, don't be sorry, man. I'm just trying to help you out. Just trying to help you out for the better or the long term. Don't be sorry, man. Just, it happens. I was the same way in the beginning. I used to ask for shout outs all the time, but then I learned that's not the way to go. Right? Because what you want to do is you want an audience that's going to be loyal to you, right? You don't want an audience that just says, oh, I came and saw you from Jake, right? You want an audience that came to see you because they're loyal to you and they like you. And that's going to happen over time as you make more content. So real quick, back to this story. Aiden and I met out of the blue. He commented on some videos back last December, and I didn't really think much of it. I didn't know him very well at the time. And then he started streaming live on Instagram. And then he started DMing me and asking me if I would join. I believe that's what happened. Aiden, correct me if I'm wrong, because Aiden knows like everything that happened in chronological order. But I believe that's how it happened. So he messaged me. I came in to his Instagram live, started messaging, just a little banter back and forth, helping him out with his lawn. Told me that he wanted to start a channel. I gave him some of my advice, and based on the past year we've been working together, his channel's been doing really well. Anyway, back to it. So then after that, we've been talking for a bit, and he didn't really think I would talk to him, right? But then I told him, you know what, dude, I love your attitude, let's talk, right? And then we exchanged information, we started talking on the phone, we started Discording each other, all that stuff. So now we're just good friends, man. Like, him and I click just like that. So the fact that you get to work with people like that, that you like Aiden being my part-time moderator on here, I just think that's awesome, because if there's one thing that I run into, it's that there's not a whole lot of people like me, and when I can find somebody that's kind of like me, kind of has the same mentality, right, just wants to make content, just wants to kill it, just enjoys the process, there's nothing better than that. Yeah, man, I joined out of the blue. That's right, I did. You didn't message me. I joined out of the blue. Because, yeah, that's how it happened. Aiden, you were just commenting left and right on my videos. And I'm like, man, I like this kid. I'm going to go check him out. And from there, we became friends. Now we talk all the time. Somebody's rudely interrupting me. Let me hang up the phone. Oh, I'll have to answer that when this is done. They can leave me a message. It's a client of mine. I gotta go pick up money. It's an older couple, and all they have is a landline. I run and go get the money now, but it's like 10 more minutes. I'll just run over there and get it when I'm done. What type? Here we go. Ooh, another long question. I like this. Yard is mostly rye and bluegrass. I have 2 small patches of tall fescue right by the front door. With continued broadcasting of KBG in spring and fall overtake those small areas eventually. Shane Davis. So, I don't think repeatedly seeding with bluegrass is a good idea. Now, it's a great idea to do it once if you haven't done it before, because I'm telling you, bluegrass is going to look great. It's a great base for a lawn, right? It's a great foundation to have, because the way that grass grows, right? It grows side to side. It grows by rhizomes and roots, right? The thing that's so good about it can be so bad and detrimental at the same time if done in excess. And that's so true with bluegrass, because if you continue overseeding and you get too much bluegrass in there, your lawn's going to get really, really thick, like way too thick than it's used to, and then you're going to have fungal problems, right? And you don't want that. So that's not me telling you not to seed with bluegrass, but that's just me telling you that if you're going to seed with bluegrass, you're better off doing it maybe once or twice in a blue moon than doing it regularly. That's probably where you should consider something more temporary, like ryegrass or more fescue, that are just going to grow in a bunch-like pattern wherever you drop seed. Make sense? So that's what I would recommend for that. What type of grass turf is used at Wrigley Field and most professional ballparks? Steve, I can't tell you exactly, but based on what I've been learning, one that they grow on the football fields a lot is Mountain 665. That's like a mixture of bluegrass, rye, fescue, and it's like an athletic field combo, right? It's very disease resistant, very tolerant. It's perfect for that. The couple's calling me again, man. It's 10 more minutes, please. 10 more minutes. Just 10 more minutes. It's the worst time to call me. Should have told them. How do you have people pay you? What do you think is the best way? Leave old boys, I'm learning as I go. For now, I maintain 12 lawns in the neighborhood, so I just walk or drive down the street and I get my money, and that's it. Thanks, that was a good point. You're welcome. Hey, what's up, bro? How are you today? Brandon K. I am doing great. How about yourself? It's a beautiful Friday evening, man, isn't it? Just sitting by the fire, just hanging out, talking. That's pretty much what we're doing. Another sip of coffee. Delicious. Okay. Merry Christmas. Thank you, brother. You too. Good, bro. Just relaxing, finally. That's great, Brandon. It's great, man. Enjoy your relaxation. Just like I'm going to once we get to winter break. Man, the numbers are so small tonight. 12, the numbers are just going down. I think people are checking out because it is later in the evening. People don't really stick much. They don't really stick around much. Yeah, I gotta go see this couple. Good thing the show's done in 8 minutes. That timing couldn't have been any better. So I can actually just run over there and get the money before they turn in for the night. I think if you go back into the chat and I fill up the chat. Yeah, man, you asked a lot of great questions tonight, man. For a 10-year-old entrepreneur who's just looking to get it, man, you had some great questions, man. Awesome. Loved it. Aiden, who cares about the numbers? It's so quiet. 7 minutes. They're true. Don't worry about the numbers. Right. Don't worry about the numbers. Don't worry about getting shout-outs either. So, real quick, just to illustrate how I feel about shout-outs. Shout-outs, as Peter McKinnon would say. Let's say this piece of paper right here. Let's say this. This is your shout-outs. These are your numbers. Here's how I think about numbers. I don't care about them. How much money should I charge? Leave old boys, I would be doing you a disservice if I told you exactly. But it really depends on the size of the lawns you're working with. The great starting price, though, $20, $25, $35. But that's only based on what I've been working with, which are 10,000 square foot lawns, and that's in Indiana. Might be different in your area. I don't know how competitive the market is. Oh, that's why everybody's gone. Everybody's at the giveaway. Brandon Davis, what is up, my brother? I haven't seen you in a while. How are things, man? How are you, man? I haven't talked to you in a long time. You'd see, this is what we do on Friday nights, man. You're missing out. We just sit by the fire and talk like gentlemen. You got to come around more. Oh, now everybody's coming back. Look at that. I guess the giveaway must have been over. RVA, what's up, man? Turf Therapy, what's going on? See, I noticed, it was weird. All the regulars are just gone tonight. Sucks because the show's going to be over in 5 minutes, but I'm glad you guys popped in. It means a lot. Ah, I always get to this point. I never know what to do when it gets quiet. Sorry, Bubs, no offense. Yep, I can see all the people from the giveaway are coming back. That's hilarious. You're late to the party, yeah, man. Party of 15 tonight. Let's talk Christmas vacation. Okay, Clark. I got a real nice surprise. Just a real nice surprise. I want to get you something really nice. Mississippi Lake Hound, he says. Yep, I'm late, but here. Yep, I can see all the regulars flooding back in. Oh, this is a great one to finish it off. What is your favorite Christmas movie? Christmas Vacation, dude. By far, that's my favorite. You know why? Because that movie, nothing screams Christmas domination like that movie does, right? Illuminating your entire house compared to the neighborhood, right? The brightest house in the block. And on top of that, just a funny comedy all over. It's a classic. It's a great freaking movie. And yes, those little lights are not twinkling. Thank you, Art, for noticing. Any gold jokes will fill in time. That's right, man. That was great. He's like, yeah, we coasted into town on fumes, right? How's your color holding up with the winter weather? Semi-dormant right now. My backyard, though, which I haven't touched, and real quick, just to point this out, my front yard, I've actually been going over it regularly with the mower, so that's made it look a little more brown. Whereas my back lawn, it's actually stayed a little taller, so it's much greener back there compared to the front, where I've just been constantly going over it with the mower to mulch up the leaves. So yeah, 2 more minutes. It sucks, man. I wish you guys were here. Shut down the whole town. Yep. Is your house on fire, Clark? Let me just say that this year is probably going to be the most Clark Griswold year for Christmas lights. A lot of people think I'm late, but as a matter of fact, in the movie, based on what I'm able to gather, it looks like Clark didn't get his lights up until December 12th. And that was on the coldest, snowiest day. I'm going to be doing the same thing. Right when I get home from school, I am putting up Christmas lights on my snow-covered roof. That's going to be quite a fun time. Can't wait. But the return on investment is going to be awesome. You guys are going to like this. You're going to, let's just say that you're going to want to tune into the channel. You're going to want to turn the bell on. You're going to want to click post notifications because these next couple of weeks are going to get hot with Christmas lights. Stay tuned. We at the airport, Claire. Took me 60 hours to do my light display. Yeah, man, I'm going to try and do mine in 12 hours. It's going to be a lot. Bye, Jake. Merry Christmas, everybody. Yes, that's a great place to end it. We got 1 more minute here. Once the clock hits 7, we're off. Okay. Oh, dear. Did I? Yep. What are you doing, Silverback?
Nothing. What do you got? Yeah, the tape. Oh, what?
You know, look, the boys, they took my tripod mount.
Oh, they didn't give it back?
Yeah, they said they were. I was like, bring it back. They didn't bring it back.
Did you call them?
Do they have phones?
Yeah, just I'll go over and tell
I think it's at Mark's.
Diana. No, they took that.
All right. Everybody's saying hello.
Hello.
All Alright guys, well that's going to be a great place to end it. I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and if you did, please be sure to subscribe to the channel for more content like this, as well as tons of hot Christmas light content coming in the next couple of weeks. You guys are going to love it. I am telling you guys that based on your let's just say you're really going to like what I have in store for you. So, make sure you tune in for that. With that, I'm Jake the Lawn Kid. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. If I don't see you guys next time, your lawn is going to be dominated. See you later. Okay. Oh. Did I end it? No. So, real quick, while I'm ending this here. Actually got the phone I got the phone taped to the tripod this time because I loaned my phone tripod mount to somebody last week. Told you earlier that these little kids that come by every now and then, I lend it to them to make a video, and yeah, didn't give it back, so I gotta go get it. All right, see you guys Monday morning, 5 a.m. with a new video. Have a great night, everybody.